Hi everyone, welcome back to David at Go to Hobbies. Right, talking about the age of HGV drivers being brought down from 21 to 18. I made a video about that and I said it was madness and stupidity. It is, and I stick to my comments. And the reason why I say this is when I took my HGV, I've been driving 4 years, okay? And the difference between 4 years experience and only been driving less than 2 years. So you can drive a car and learn the basics, but you don't get any skills until at least 2 years. So you become proficient at what you're doing. But then again, you never stop learning when you're driving. And the problem I see is this, and you might not like it, you might do, and that's this. When you're a young driver, you haven't got the skill set, you haven't got the knowledge, and you're a very high risk. And this is why companies don't like to insure you to at least 25. That was when it was in my day, and I think and I'll stick to what I say. I think it's absolutely madness and stupidity, bringing the age down, because first of all, right, that age, you've got no real skills of being a HGV driver, okay? And secondly, you are just um, beginning to grasp the skills of driving a car. So if you're basically gaining the skills of driving a car, and we know what 18-year-olds are like, because you forget. I was once. But the point I'm trying to make here is they've got very little skill and they're very hot-headed and you can't tell them what to do. And that being said, so when you put them in charge of a HGV, it's a big step up. It's a lot of responsibility, but the problem I see is this. They're not only putting their own lives at risk, they're putting other road users' lives at risk for not being immature, but more for the lack of skills. Now, when I was 21, admittedly, I've been driving 4 years, and the companies didn't want to insure me to drive those trucks because I was under the age of 25. And I dare say it's the same nowadays, because obviously young drivers will attract a premium because the risk and lack of experience. And that's where agencies come in. So to answer your question, I'm just going to be truthful with you. Yes, I think it is stupid and madness to allow young drivers to drive a HGV. They've just, I could be rude and I say, they're a bit wet behind the ears. They've got no skills whatsoever apart from knowing how to piss people off. And a lot of young drivers are in that age group where they're at high risk of getting themselves killed or killing someone. Is the nature of the beast, unfortunately, and that is because they're young drivers and they're hotheads and the testosterone is rushing through their body, and they think, they're invincible, immortal, and they're the God's gift to women. I'm not saying everyone's the same, but it seems like that it's a case of, listen to my advice. Perhaps I'm wrong, perhaps I'm right. What do you think? Please like, share and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.